What is going on, guys? Chris Balmaceda here, Libertas Real Estate. Thank you so much for spending the next few minutes here with me and watching this video. I promise you won't regret it. I got some great information for you today, so thank you very much for being here. This one actually is kind of a little bit of a story, personal experience just recently with some clients that I had, and I started thinking about their experience and what they went through and thought, you know, this is going to be huge. This is information that you as a consumer need to have and need to know, because they're in the same boat as a good chunk of people out there that are looking or wanting to buy a home but don't realize they can. And it all simply started because they asked one simple question, and that was, can you help me buy a house? So back in September, they approached me. There's some friends of mine, and they say, hey, we really want to look at buying a house, but we don't have a lot in savings to help with down payment. What can we do? So I go through the typical process I go through. I start asking them standard questions. Do you guys have at least a minimum credit score of 640? Do you guys make less than a certain amount? And what's your debt to income look like? Or what's your debt situation kind of look like? They were above the 640 credit score. They were below the income limit, and they had less than a 45% debt to income ratio. So boom, automatically they qualified for almost all our grant programs that we have here in the state of Arizona in Maricopa County. So now it's just a matter of deciding which one's going to be the best one for them. Now, a down payment assistance program, what that is it's your down payment. They essentially grant you money to help you put a down payment on a house and keep money in your pocket. So that alone is huge. It's going to help you right there. You get your 3.5%, and you are now in a situation where you can buy a house and not have to worry about touching your bank account beyond other little things here and there that might come up through the process, which I explain to them as well and would explain to you as we go through the process. Now it's transition into, they decide they want to buy a new home and a new build, and as it usually goes, we have to switch from my lender over to the builder lender, which is no big deal. We keep them on the same program, keep rolling forward, and everything's going great. We understand kind of where they need to come in cash-wise for closing costs, and we're good to go, except, as usual, there's a hiccup in the process. So I get a phone call advising me that they no longer qualify for the program we had them on because the interest rate went up and it caused an issue with the debt to income ratio. But here's the cool thing, guys. We have so many programs out there that we were able to sit down and go through the process, and we were able to actually figure out a new program we could put them on with a different lender that the builder worked with. And here's the kicker. Now their closing costs are not only going to be covered by the builder, but they're also going to be covered by this grant program as well. So we go to the table, they sign their paperwork, they buy themselves a brand new build house, down payments completely covered, closing costs completely covered, and guess what? They got almost $4,000 back in their earnest money deposit because they gave the builder too much money. How cool is that? They just bought a house, no money out of pocket, and got back what they had given in the upfront to purchase the home. Guys, it's possible. Anybody out there can purchase a home. Anybody out there has the ability to do it. It's just simply starting with one simple question. Can you help me? So if you are by chance wanting to, thinking about, or possibly in the market to buy a home, give me a call, shoot me a text at 623-693-5667, or email me at chrisbrealty@gmail.com, or direct message me here on Facebook and just ask simply, can you help me buy a house? Guys, thank you so much. It's been amazing being with you again. You guys have a great rest of the week, and we'll talk to you again. And remember, you're more than a transaction.